Hi, I'm Corporal Angela Delozier with the St. Mary's County Sheriff's Office. I'm a 23-year veteran of law enforcement, and I'm currently assigned to the Special Operations Division, where I specialize in working with our community's youth and our senior community. You know, we're in some uncertain times right now. We're uncertain about how our portfolios are going to make out at the end of this. We're uncertain about our health, our family's health. Are we going to come out well and okay? I don't have those answers. But what I do know is that there are criminals out there, and they are working on exploiting those fears that we have. So today I want to give you some information, things to look out for, what their games are all about, and help you through any scam that may come your way. You have an excellent support network here in St. Mary's County. The number one goal of a scam artist is to take your identity and then take your money, if not both. Criminals are using the pandemic COVID-19 to do just that. Those of us who utilize emails or stay connected through social media with our friends and family, we're seeing that uptick in those advertisements and those fraudulent links. And they're purporting to provide information on COVID-19. You know, a common but not new method is phishing emails. Now, I'm not talking about that Sunday afternoon on the lake. I'm talking about emails that are phishing for information. They want your username, your passwords, your social security number, date of birth. Let me give you an example. So I recently received an unsolicited email. They indicated they were processing my economic stimulus relief check. Well, I was pretty excited, right? But they wanted some more information from me. They wanted me to provide them my bank account number so that they could do a direct deposit. Well, who couldn't use a little extra money? And we don't want to do things that slow down a process or stall it altogether. But stop. Take a moment. Think about what they're asking for. Criminals are using today's hot points to persuade you of their legitimacy. This is fraudulent. The federal government is not sending out unsolicited emails. The first wave of stimulus checks are slated to be direct deposited in the mid-April timeframe to Americans who filed tax returns in the past 2 years and whose payment details are already on record. They already have your information. For those who have not filed tax returns recently, the Treasury is developing a website in the following weeks to handle that flow of information. Again, it will not be unsolicited, and you will have to go to them. There are Americans who are not required to file a tax return. Kind of wish I was one of those. However, not. Therefore, those Americans can turn to TurboTax, who has launched a free tool in partnership with the IRS that allows these Americans to register their details with the IRS to receive their economic impact payment directly into their bank accounts. Again, the federal government is not soliciting you for information, and they have developed legitimate means and procedures to obtain it. Again, they're not phishing, you're going to them and providing. So other phishing emails may claim to be related to testing kits for COVID-19. Be cautious of claims to prevent, treat, diagnose, or even cure COVID-19, as there's a high probability that they are fraudulent. Criminals have gone as far to offer for sale items on sanitizing products or personal protection equipment like the N95 mask, gloves, goggles, face shields, you name it. They're going to try to fraudulently sell it to you. So then we have cures and vaccines. Now, you know, as I've aged, as I've gotten older, I tend to desire to increase the longevity of my youthfulness, or I want to remain healthy. Those are the desires that criminals are playing off of. So be wary of anybody claiming to prevent, treat, or cure COVID-19. Then we have our charitable contributors and general financial relief. There are wonderful community members and organizations who are giving back to our community. Make sure that you vet the charitable contributor first before you give away your money. You know, when you're faced with uncertainty surrounding websites, links, and attachments, you can verify those websites by typing them into your browser. When you receive an unsolicited email or even a solicited email, always make sure to check for misspellings, check for grammatically incorrect verbiage, wrong domains within a link. Now, what do you mean by wrong domains within a link? I'm glad you asked. So a popular and credible website would be aarp.org. I suggest you go to it. It has wonderful information with credible links that you can click on for more information on COVID-19 and the scams and how to protect yourself. So let's say I get an email, and in the email, it wants me to click on the link that says aarp.com. Well, I didn't want this email, I didn't ask for it, and I'm just a little suspicious. So I open a new tab in my browser, and I type in aarp.com. Interestingly enough, the wonderful world web will send me to the legitimate site of aarp.org. You know, playing it safe isn't hard, and honestly, taking that extra step is what criminals don't want you to do. They want you to take the easy step. They just want you to click on that link within that fraudulent email. But you know, once you do that, you are immediately redirected to a trap. You have opened up your device or your computer to have malware downloaded. And once malware is on your computer, a criminal can steal your information, and sometimes they can even remotely lock down your computer and then extort money from you to get your computer unlocked. You know, let me say it one more time and a little bit louder for those that were in the other room. Criminals don't want you to take the next step. They want you to take the easy one. So always play it safe. Always make sure that you check websites in a new browser. Don't click on the link. You know, I love social media, but take heed on social media sites and really any platform for that matter. Don't click on advertisements or links. Get that site information and vet them first. Again, government agencies will never call. They will never ask you for your social security number, bank account number. They'll never ask you to wire money or send money via gift cards or Bitcoin or any other form of monetary whatsoever. Now, we've touched on emails, social media, links, and advertisements. Now, I haven't forgotten those of us who we don't use email. We don't surf the internet, and quite frankly, we could go our entire life without ever visiting the world of social media. You know, the Consumer Law Center, LLC, reported that back in 2019, fraudulent telemarketers directed their phone calls to 60 to 80% of our older community. This estimated a loss of $5 billion. You have worked so hard and so long for your money just to have it taken from you. Government agencies, no legitimate company will ever demand money. Scams by phone we have seen locally and across the nation have been from criminals posing as employees for the Social Security Administration and the Internal Revenue Service. I want to tell you a quick story about one of our very own community members here in St. Mary's County. For the story, I'm going to call her Betty. So one afternoon, Betty receives a phone call from a gentleman who claims to be an employee from the Social Security Administration. He says he needs her to verify her Social Security number as it has now been compromised. Well, all he needed was her full Social Security number. He was very kind. Betty stated that he said it had been compromised, and he just needed to make sure he was talking to the person that the Social Security number belonged to. And that's why he couldn't provide it to her, for her to verify. So she was skeptical. Betty asked some additional questions, which was really good, but that did not deter this gentleman. He continued to give her some more information. This gentleman told Betty that her bank account number had been linked to several known drug cartels. To make matters worse, that a vehicle registered in her name had been found at one of the crime scenes. Now, Betty was absolutely beside herself. She didn't know what else to do. The gentleman continued on talking about how, you know, we need you to verify your full Social Security number. We can get all of this resolved with no problem, but if you don't do this, then I'm not going to be able to give you more information because it's an ongoing criminal investigation. Well, she became fearful of legal ramifications, and Betty gave her full Social Security number. Before her family knew what was happening, this man had convinced her to wire all of her available assets, and the money could not be retrieved once it had been wired. Please stop. Call us. Call your family. Let's verify what's going on. You can call the Social Security Administration. You can call the IRS directly and inquire if you are concerned about if your Social Security number has been compromised. I had mentioned earlier about the stimulus check via email and fraudulent links. Well, we're seeing this by phone as well. Criminals are posing as employees of the IRS, indicating they need to verify your information and you need to confirm your full Social Security number so that they can process your government relief check. We're also hearing them call it a stimulus check. Now, either way, this is fraudulent. The IRS nor any government agency is cold calling people fishing for information. Sometimes these scam artists can be as sweet as honey. Sometimes they're demanding and downright threatening. They will use whatever method or play off of whatever fear they think will get you to give them what they want. Let me say that one more time. They will use whatever method or play off of whatever fear they think will get you to give them what they want. Hang up the phone. Call us, call your family. Allow your family to check in and figure out what is going on before you give away any information. There are a lot of valuable websites out there that you can keep up to date on scams, and you can report if you believe a scam is afoot. I truly hope that in our short time together, the information I provided was helpful. You have an excellent support network here in St. Mary's County, and we urge you to reach out to us at any time with any questions. Thank you for your time.